Ethan Klein has managed to make enemies with the most incompetent people on the internet. Creator Clash is fully canceled. Creator Clash's most viral fighter, Dad, who got Joe Rogan to talk about the event.
Young kid. He looks like he's probably like 17 or 18, and the father's 42. And the father beats the shit out of him. Like, that's your son. That's your son. And we're watching you beat your son up as a man. Yeah, this is it.
That's not exactly what was happening.
It's not? What is it?
They're not father-son.
Oh, why does it lie?
Is now struggling to pay rent.
It sucks. I put my heart into this. I got freaking beat hard this year, harder than I ever had. And I thought, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna train like a freaking professional. Keep my head down, avoid this drama, and now here I am, screwed.
Anisa's been trying to downplay every mistake they've made while burying herself even farther. She wrote that her and Ian knew that Creator Clash was failing before the content cop even went live. But when Dad raised concerns about ticket sales, iDubbbz lied to him.
Because I counted physically by my hand, I had like this whole image. I counted literally every seat in the arena. It took me a couple hours to see what was selling. And then Ian was like, oh, don't look at that. That's inaccurate because Ticketmaster does tricky things. Then I'll actually show you what tickets sold.
After the event was canceled, her Discord was getting more details than the actual fighters were.
Why would you do something that could hurt at all the event, especially when you know it is failing? And my complaint about that is, why did we never find out that it was already failing? If you knew it was already failing, why didn't you tell us before you made that video? And why didn't you say, hey guys, the event's failing, we should probably just cancel it, and now we're going to put this video out so it doesn't matter? Like, why wasn't that told to us? Then maybe all of us marketing people, all YouTubers who are basically marketing people, we've marketed ourselves forever, maybe we could have helped this situation and blasted videos out. The two Minecrafters could have gone bonkers, and we could have saved the event instead of burying it deeper. So I don't like that excuse. But I do think it was failing before.
iDubbbz has been silent, but you know Anisa can't keep her mouth shut. She's like the event was doing bad regardless of the content cop. A combo of many things contributed. Lack of promotion, influencer boxing being less popular, the economy. Bro, you branded yourself as the boxing promoter for these events. You guys chose not to promote the event until you decided to side with people who encouraged false CPS calls. Dad's explaining how he found out the content cop was on Creator Clash's biggest supporter during a camping trip.
On this camping trip is where Ian tells me, hey, I'm doing another content cop. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And he goes, yeah, it's on Ethan. And I was like, Ethan Klein? And he said, yeah, it's on Ethan Klein. And I thought, oh no, why would you do that? Then Ian tells me, before Creator Clash 3 is about to happen, oh, I'm putting out a hit piece on Ethan Klein. And I'm thinking, oh my God, dude, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to cause trouble? Because now I'm thinking, this is gonna ruin Creator Clash 3 and I'm gonna get screwed again.
One of the things Anisa and Ian assured everyone of was them stepping away was to protect the fighters and the event.
We've already told all the fighters, and it seems like most people understand that this is the best move. I can't keep my mouth shut. I can't, I mean, I can. I just didn't want to. Please, for the love of God, support this event. You know, I feel like in some ways I'm like cutting off an arm so that I could escape the bear trap, and so I can fight. Well, that's a bad analogy. You guys get it.
Him referring to the event as a bear trap makes it sound like he was just trying to get out of it with the content cop. Anisa was bragging, we're not financially tied to the event anymore. You have no power over us. But when the content cop dropped, Dad was like, why are Ian and Anisa advocating for attacking this family? They're screwing everyone working on Creator Clash.
He puts the thing out and he screws every single person. He screws Real Good Touring, all the business professionals who are making this event with him. He screws me. He screws every other boxer. Everyone was screwed from Ian's dumb video because he couldn't wait 2 months. At some point after the content cop video, my friend Yoda talks to me and says, all this crazy stuff's going on with Ethan from H3. Child Services is being called on him. He's getting human skulls mailed to his house. I didn't know what any of that was about, but I felt bad for him because it sounded insane. So I went to an H3 live stream and donated $20 and left a comment to try and say something positive. I also said I was bummed about the content cop video and confused on how to move forward.
And can you guess who decided to call Dad and interrogate him over this? Anisa.
The next day, Anisa texts me a screen grab of my donation and she says, is this real? Anisa took that as I was supporting her enemy that she has chosen, by the way. Ethan and H3 are not my enemy. So then Anisa makes me feel guilty and bad for what I thought was a nice thing. And she's like, oh, I can't believe you would do that. I'm 44 freaking years old. This is childhood, high school garbage. What the heck are you doing? He tells me, this really hurts us that you would say this. Because in the donation, I said, this is really confusing for all of us. I don't know why they put that video out. It hurts you that I said I'm confused why you're ruining the event? What are you talking about? It hurts you more that you put your video out, not me being upset about it. Oh, I burned a building down. Now everyone's complaining, and it really hurts me that everyone's complaining about my fire I caused. What the heck are you talking about?
Dad is saying how multiple creators had problems with the content cop, which means the heads of Creator Clash were just blowing smoke up Harley's ass, saying he was the only one who wasn't cool with the thing.
They did a temperature check on my team. They called my team, and they were like, how do you guys doing? How do you feel about everything? And, you know, they spoke to my guy, and he was like, not that good. Not that cool of a thing. And then they hit me up, and I was like, well, how does everyone else feel about it? And they were like, everyone loves it. Everyone's fine. Everyone's great. Your team's a little wonky about it, but everyone's good.
Well, if Anisa didn't like Dad's comment, I wonder how she's taking Dad's YouTube video. Turns out she's decided to just throw Ian under the bus. Hi, Ethan. The whole point is you are accusing me of things that my husband or other people have done, which contradicts everything you wrote in this comment. What is my ultimate sin aside from being married to the man who made the content cop? I never mentioned CPS. Well, let's see. You called him inbred, referring to Hasan calling Israelis that. You crazy made him, saying that he's on drugs and that he needs help. For being mad at false CPS calls, siding with everyone who supported it when it was cool. But now that the narrative is shifted, she's gonna blame her husband and everyone else. I wasn't a part of it. She's such a vampire. I've noticed Ethan and Gila vehemently defend each other when they're getting attacked online. Meanwhile, Ian stays silent as Anisa throws him under the bus. Really great relationship you two got there. Ethan even states, Ian at least knows to shut up, but you're the only fool who continually engages with me. So obviously I'm talking to you and not Ian. Anisa replies, what a pathetic list. This is justification for eternal harassment? Privately discussing Zionism and showing up in my friend's Twitch chat? That's not at all what he said. Ethan gave her a whole list of reasons and she couldn't engage with one thing. When they stepped away from Creator Clash, I think we were supposed to go, oh wow, look how generous Ian and Anisa are for giving away their 34% profit share to the fighters. But she stated that they knew this event was going to flop. But it's easy to give up 34% profit share when the event's destined to make nothing. I know their plan was to blame Ethan and Hila for the whole thing failing.
Don't worry, Hila. I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for anything, so that will rest solely on my shoulders. But I can't speak for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys for it.
No, actually they did the right thing and blamed you for it. They left the fighters out high and dry, putting some of them in horrible financial situations with no security blanket to fall back on. It's why it's important to plan for the worst and why this video is sponsored by Aura. Everyone I know in my life is tortured by spam calls, emails, and scam text messages. You don't have to live this way any longer. I haven't for the past year because I use Aura. Aura identifies data brokers on your behalf and automatically submits opt-out requests that would otherwise be impossible to keep up with. Seriously, just Google your name. You will see all your data, addresses, phone numbers, emails, family members, popping up on all of these white pages websites available to anyone who wants it. This happens because data brokers have websites where anyone could buy anyone else's personal information for just a few bucks. It's what causes you to get so many spam calls. Your data should not be out there. And they will continue to monitor the dark web and alert you if your personal information ever gets exposed. You wouldn't leave the back door to your house wide open at night, so why do it online? Plus, they give you up to $5 million in identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen. So stop the spam calls and protect yourself online by going to aura.com/WillyMac to start your 14-day free trial. Thank you, Aura, for sponsoring this video. And that brings us to our next person on Ethan's hit list, Kaceytron. Ethan announced that he was suing Kaceytron, Denims, and Frogan for marketing their reaction videos as market replacements.
People have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're gonna watch it.
Doesn't want people to know when it's dropping because we're all watching through other streamers. And I suggest you all watch it through other people as well. We're gonna watch it live, yes.
We're relying on you to stay live so we don't give more views on the nuke. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he confirmed it's coming out today, we're gonna stream it. If you wanna watch it with someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere else.
Denims is on camera saying Ethan Klein's trying to destroy fair use because fair use is when you steal now, apparently.
Ethan Klein is now suing me. That's right, guys. That's right. The guy who saved fair use is here to kill it.
But if you look at the Ethan vs. Matt Haas case, the judge leaves a footnote clarifying. Some reaction videos, like the Klein's video, intersperse short segments of another's work with criticisms and commentary, while others are more akin to a group viewing session without commentary. The court is not ruling here that all reaction videos constitute as fair use. Denims literally just described her video as a watch party.
If you want to watch it with someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere else.
All of these people are getting up and leaving during the live stream or the video. Kaceytron's just smoking, stating their intent to replace the original work. Denims was on stream just 2 months earlier begging Ethan to sue her.
How's the lawsuit going? Nowhere, because Ethan Klein's too much of a to sue me, because he knows he'll lose.
The lawsuit gets announced and her immediate response is to say it's fine because Ethan's rich and it's okay to steal from rich people.
If you check your bank account and like Chase accidentally refunded you an extra $50, you might look at that and be like they were supposed to refund you for some charge or something, and then they accidentally gave you another $50. And you see that and you're like, I didn't see anything. Well, listen, they can correct it. They can find it themselves. They can correct it. I don't really care that much, all right? I don't really care that much. If some old lady on the street is like, you have change for a $10 bill, I just need to pay the meter, and she hands you a $50 bill instead of a $10 bill and says, oh, you know, times are so tough right now, but, you know, gotta pay the meter, and you keep the 50, see how one of those feels morally worse? One of those feels like you're stealing from someone who does need it, or you're stealing from, I don't know, not a corporation. One of those feels worse. We're not talking about legality. It's theft regardless. We're talking about what is morally worse.
Girl, you're being sued. It's in the title of the video you're watching. We are talking about legality and you're admitting to theft. God, she's so stupid. Denims is so stupid, she links the video she's being sued for at the end of her video.
So it's actually up right here. 3 hours and 52 minutes of glorious React content to the content nuke. And if you'd like to watch it, here you go. I'll post it in chat right now. Share. Copy to clipboard. It's right here.
I think I share a similar view with Ethan when it comes to React content. As long as the creator is trying to add something and do their own thing, I'm all for it. The beauty of social media is us interacting with each other. But these creators have such a blatant disregard for their peers' content. She starts the stream playing other people's videos, usually says nothing, sometimes laughs.
He was like, oh no, we're not alleging election fraud. Then what the are you doing here? Why are you at the court?
We're not alleging election fraud. We're, checks notes, having fun. Just getting together with the boys to have fun.
These people are liars and scoundrels and cretins. Trump sued Bill.
And that's on a good day. Sometimes when the video ends, she says nothing, just clicks to the next video.
That this was the way to do it. All those Chinese truck drivers moving stuff around America. Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.
Hey guys, first of all, we got a brand new camera angle.
I see her mouse moving. She's sitting at the computer. Why doesn't she just start her stream? She's just sitting there stealing YouTube videos. I'm siding with Ethan on this because people have been complaining for years about Twitch streamers stealing content, and they're so confident that nobody will do anything about it. They're just stating it out in the open. Yes, I'm stealing this. Give me money instead.
If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime. If you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
There's this really funny pattern when it comes to these people. When the lawsuits were first announced, they start off really confident. They're making fun of Ethan and Gila. Ethan KK Klein is going to sue me for smoking too much weed. He's trying to take away my ability to purchase medically necessary marijuana products. Donate to my weed fund. I tuned into Casey's stream after these lawsuits were announced, and she's just playing movies, no commentary.
Put up your deuce, let's get down to it.
She's playing full segments of reality TV shows while not being there at all.
It's truth, and so it is. So it is.
Just straight up Family Guy is playing.
Door! I know! Sheesh, kabibbles.
Then when she finally gets on stream, she's like, I can't believe this is happening to me.
So this is so fucked up, what's happening to me. This is so fucked up. Please donate. Like, there's some real fucked up shit happening to me right now that I do not deserve.
Bitch, how has this not happened sooner? You're lucky Fox isn't suing your ass. She's calling them ugly and she's hacking up pot loogies.
Oh, this no good motherfucker and his ugly ass wife. I was out getting weed in Taco Bell I haven't even ate my fucking Taco Bell.
She's making fun of Ethan for being on Ozempic as she's stuffing her hole with Taco Bell.
They're gonna be mad that I called his wife ugly, and she's ugly on the inside and the outside. I've lost some weight. I have. I've lost like 20 pounds now. So, and I'm doing it the non-easy way.
I think if Kaceytron left her comments at this, it would be fine, but then she goes on to say she doesn't even remember reacting to the video because she was too high. YouTube lawyers are laughing at her.
Oh my god, I don't remember reacting to that. Did I react to that? I don't recall. Like, I don't know. I think that he probably just took some other video that I was reacting to of Real Housewives or something. And that's why I'm smoking the weed, because I don't think I ever reacted to that. Like, I don't remember it. Maybe it just wasn't memorable. I know, like, Ethan doesn't know much about, like, having to work all the time because he only has to clock in for, like, 4 hours a day or something. But, like, at that time, I had been live for 3 months. Okay, like at that time, like I was clocking in at around 700 hours on the clock, and I was very mentally unwell. So I was a very weed dependent, but I have gotten better off the weed. No, for real.
So whether or not you recall reacting to it, being the defense here, saying, I don't recall, I don't know, I may have been under the influence, I may have been baked, I may have been high. Does that work? Absolutely not in this case. And copyright is strict liability, which means mental state is irrelevant. You can do it, you can do it in any mental state, and it doesn't matter. It's strict liability. Did you or did you not do it?
Hasan is seeing all of this, and instead of giving his arguments for why he thinks these people didn't break the law, he just says that all the lawyers that would agree with him are silent because this has to do with Israel-Palestine. He's turned it into such a meme, man.
Legal YouTubers and free speech people are extra quiet. No, I think there's some legal YouTubers who have covered it, but they're like pro Ethan. To cover this would mean talking on Israel-Palestine, which they are not equipped to do and want to fence it on. Exactly.
Palestine has nothing to do with this. This case is on copyright. They aren't pro Ethan. They just think Ethan has a strong case given the law and the evidence.
Emotional arguments, claims of bias, claims that we don't know enough about Israel and Palestine. That has nothing to do with this lawsuit. This lawsuit has nothing to do with any political element. It has to do with copyright. And we're going to keep it educational and objective on this channel.
Hasan doesn't actually try and give an argument for why these people are innocent. Instead, he does the classic Hasan and just defames the lawyer.
Something so funny about people being like, dog, have you seen the legal mindset video about you? Dude, if I were to cover every Rumble lawyer, fake lawyer that actually is like a fucking right-wing freak that spends most of their time talking about like trans people, I would lose my mind. I would have no time to cover anything else. But I'm not going to pay any mind or any attention to some fucking psychotic MAGA lawyer, not a real lawyer.
None of this is actually true. He's just making it up because the lawyer disagrees with him. Just another day of Hasan going live.
Now, fake lawyer is interesting, and I want to throw out here that that's possibly the most defamatory thing. Now, I want to give Mr. Piker some credit here because perhaps he knows nothing about me or knows nothing about the law. Well, clearly he knows nothing about the law, but an attorney has to be licensed to practice in their state. I'm licensed to practice in the state of Florida. So I am both a lawyer and an attorney above that. So there you go, Mr. Piker, that's a language. So that statement is indeed false, right? That I am a quote unquote fake lawyer because I indeed possess a law degree from the University of Florida. So that statement in the future would be defamatory. I keep politics out of my streams, and it's particularly over the last year, definitely last 6 months and a year, I have endeavored to keep my streams as objective and educational and make it a environment where everybody is welcome. Even people who like Hasan Piker are welcome in my chat, so long as they are civil, so long as they keep the conversation from violating the terms of service of the platform.
Nah, he'd rather just slander you so he doesn't have to engage. What's funny is Hasan has been calling Ethan a vexatious litigant, which means the lawsuits have no merit.
Because the legal system is f***ing busted. Because the legal system is fundamentally broken. If you have a lot of money, you can do this kind of thing. When you're depraved, and you're manic and you're an insane person and you don't care about like wasting unlimited funds, especially considering that he does technically have virtually unlimited funds. You can be a vexatious litigant.
But at the same time, he's on stream admitting that he doesn't understand the basis of the lawsuit.
I saw a lawyer that say he has a good chance because all three stated they're streaming it to have a place for people to watch it without supporting Ethan. Did they?
Yes, you window licker. This is so on brand for Hasan. Baselessly discredits every expert who disagrees with him and then talks super confidently on something he knows nothing about and just hopes the viewers will believe him. Now let's cut back to Kaceytron. All the memes and laughing would stop the day she got served.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm probably gonna cry.
We're fighting for you, Casey, except we love you, Casey, Casey, except we're fighting for you, Casey, except we love you, Casey, Casey, except we're fighting for you, Casey.
There's years of dialogue surrounding React content and how to do it ethically. You ignored it and now you're here.
I got served. My dad answered the door. The next thing I know, my dad comes in and he's like f***ing crying. You know, it's really f***ing traumatic to see your dad cry like that. You know, like that's what really like has me like so freaked out, is seeing like how emotional my dad got about it.
I actually started feeling bad for Casey here, but instead of trying to work something out with Ethan, she just starts calling him a misogynist.
What you guys are watching right now, like every f***ing incel community that's been attacking me relentlessly for like the past 10 years is going to use it for YouTube clips because they literally make careers out of bullying women like me. And I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired of constantly being harassed by this shit, you know? Like, for the past 3 or 4 months, I've really just been like, I just want to focus on myself and I want to focus on my community. I want to focus on being funny. I want to be one of those people who's just a breath of fresh air, you know, somebody who people can watch to escape and get away from it all.
Then make your own content. Nobody's stopping you.
If I had been given just like one leg up in life, I've always been funny. I should be more famous than I am, but I'm not because I'm not a fucking man. And that's just the fucking truth. And I know all of the incels will be like, oh, here she goes again, claiming sexism. Like, then what the fuck else is it?
Maybe it's your charming personality.
Though I get emotional whenever I think about it. I love gay people so much. I do. I love gay people so much. I love women so much. I do. I love gay people so much. Sorry. I'm like, it's not a joke. I do. Like, I wouldn't be like who I am without you guys. And like I said, this is nothing against the straight. This is nothing against, I'm a straight too. But you know, like being a woman on Twitch fucking sucks.
What the hell is she on about? It's not lost on me that Ethan Klein is motivated to pursue these lawsuits for more than just copyright reasons. Part of it is because these people are constantly lying about him. Does she think immediately pushing the lie that Ethan hates women is going to make her case easier?
My other hope is just like, we need the girls. We need the girls and the gays. Like I said, like I have just been like, and this isn't anything against the straight men. Like any of the good straight men know exactly what I'm talking about. But I think to any of the straight men that are one of the good ones, there's a lot of bad ones. I'm sorry to inform you. There's some bad ones. But to any of the straight men that are one of the good ones, they get what I'm saying too, I think. But I've just been so passionate about making a space for women and LGBTQ people on Twitch for years because it's hard to be seen as a human whenever you're a woman.
Is she drunk? This isn't about copyright. This is about invoking incel support. As someone who has been a target of incel harassment for a lot of years, there's a lot of them and few who speak up against it. Men who delight in humiliating women for clicks. I am so tired of being a target of this. This is now the new propaganda script, so everyone just hops on board immediately. Taylor Lorenz tweets, I hope people can join me in donating to Kaceytron's fundraiser to cover the legal burden she's suffering from being targeted in Ethan Klein's misogynistic hate campaign. Anisa replies, we can do this together. What's crazy is Hasan won't openly back their lawsuits. He's hinting that he'll donate, but still leaving the possibility open that he'll do nothing.
I go through this back and forth where I'm like, should I not cover this at all? But also because I know that's what he wants ultimately. He wants attention. He's like a fucking petulant child, a pathetic crybaby, a permanent victim, right? But also at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I mean, this is it just, I feel like if I don't give any attention to this with my platform, it's like, then I feel like I'm leaving these people defenseless.
You are.
He's also admitted multiple times he wants to hurt you financially through them as if you were their legal guardian. No, I know. That's why he keeps saying like, oh, socialist, why won't he give these guys money?
Yeah, why won't you? Sorry, Denims, can't give you money. That would be exactly what Ethan Klein would want.
Trust me, if I offer support, you won't know about it. Okay? Beyond what I've done thus far.
Which is only verbal support at the moment. Bruh, Denims is posting about how she's getting sued, so she needs to slut it up on her OnlyFans. She chose to pose with a page from the lawsuit that has Hitler and Himmler on it. I get that her doing it is supposed to be like, look how absurd this lawsuit is, but then again, she's posing naked with Hitler. You sure showed him, Denims. I'm sure her lawyer loves this, but then again, I'm not convinced she has one yet. I don't get why Hasan won't just publicly fund them. Won't that make him look good to his audience standing up to Ethan? Is socialist Hasan Piker really that greedy? Believe it or not, Frogan's the only one who hasn't said anything stupid. She's announced her GoFundMe, took down her reaction, and shut up. She's the smartest person here.
I want you guys to know something. I win. You lose. You lose everything. You came and you swung at the king. And you know what they say when you swing at the king? You best not miss. I'm not done. I'll never be done. I will never be done with you.
I'm done being nice to Ethan. I gave it a chance.
Ian, just sit in the corner and watch. That's your specialty. But there's one guy who's such a scumbag, he makes all of these people look like angels.
Really sucked for you. You're so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest long-term friends.
I mean, he's someone who was backed into a corner. I feel like he knows deep down that he can't, he's defending something that is indefensible. And when you're in that situation, you scream victim, and that's what he's been doing. Even if the CPS call did happen, like creating a victim narrative out of that is insane. It's just like a little checkup on your kids for a day or two. Like, give me a fucking break, dude.
This guy's such a piece of shit.
Here's Bad Empanada once again, who posted a story saying, I'm the one who called CPS on Ethan Klein. I want CPS to take his kids away because they are seriously in danger.
We all know Bad Empanada has been encouraging fake CPS calls and downplaying them as not real means of harassment. Ethan had a child bride on talking about how her abuser harassed her for years with fake CPS calls after she finally found the courage to run away with her kids.
I got a restraining order, and even though I had a restraining order, he wanted to sabotage my life. So he would make continuous CPS calls against me, and I would have to be investigated. So that's completely why I sympathize with you and Gila, because why the hell are people making CPS calls to good parents when we're trying our best to take care of our kids? It's not easy. CPS is not easy. They make it very difficult, even if you have a restraining order against your abuser.
Now, I've talked about the CPS stuff a lot, so I'm going to shift focus to the other stuff Bad Empanada does, all in the name of fighting Zionists. Now, to quantify what a Zionist is, Ryan Beard simply comments in Ethan's chat. Well, now he's an evil Zionist, according to Bad Empanada.
I think he's also in Ethan Klein's chat. I've seen him kind of doing stuff like being like,
okay, so he's just a Zionist, then there's no way that someone can be an Ethan Klein chat like that unless they're just a Zionist.
Bad Empanada is going on shows saying that everyone living in Israel deserves the wall.
Why did I call you anti-Semitic?
You quoted her calling me anti-Semitic.
Wasn't it because...
And her evidence of me being anti-Semitic was me quoting her, literally.
Listen, don't worry, okay? If I ever call you anti-Semitic, it's because you say things like, responding to someone who says, I was born in Israel and never left, what should be done to me? And you respond with wall. Colonizers get the wall.
Yeah, and
I think that sounds anti-Semitic to me. Yeah.
That guy is how is that anti-Semitic in the first place? For one, a settler colonialist automatically is colonizer?
Do you think everyone who was born in Israel is a settler colonialist?
Everyone who is born in Israel as part of the settler colonial Israeli state and its ethno-nationalist project is obviously a settler colonialist.
Just casually advocating that everyone there should die. And if you ever disagree with Bad Empanada, he escalates. He docks Lonerbox saying the resistance is coming. He's threatening another person in DMs with their docs, and then he went and bragged in his Discord about it, spreading it farther, saying lol, banned for posting socked on left's racism screenshots. No, I actually think it's because you posted his full name, which you're doing again in your Discord right now. This guy says he doesn't support Palestine. Bad Empanada posts the city he lives in. It's unhinged, but it gets worse. Lonerbox and Destiny were interviewing Palestinians in the West Bank. So Bad Empanada calls for the Palestinian militant group Lion's Den to go kill them. Lion's Den, where are you? There are targets for an operation at your doorstep. Please, resistance, they're right there. No one would even know. He made up that Lonerbox's dad was part of a militia group that killed a bunch of Lebanese civilians.
His father was a member of a Falangist militia. which were fascist troops who were pro-Israel and would massacre Palestinian refugees in Lebanon. So remember that.
I asked Lonerbox about this and he said absolutely not. All my aunts and uncles left during the Civil War because it was a civil war. But that didn't stop Bad Empanada from spreading this lie. He tweeted from one of his many alt accounts because he's always getting banned. This man's seething hatred for Palestinians makes more sense when you realize his dad was a fascist Falange militia member who massacred them. I asked Lonerbox about this too and he said yes, that's very fake. People are asking Bad Empanada, how do you know his father's background? And Bad Empanada has no answer, posts no evidence. He says Zionist anywhere or combatants. And we've determined that a Zionist to this guy is anyone who types in Ethan's chat. He doxed his full name and address in his Discord, and tweeted out that Israelis should be doxed. But Bad Empanada doesn't stop at being a doxer and harasser. He also files some of the dumbest DMCA takedowns. He made a video titled "This YouTuber Reviews Rapes," referring to Nicholas Diorio. In the video, does Bad Empanada find a single time where Nick reviews rape? No, of course not, because it doesn't exist. It's a meme title, but Bad Empanada is gonna act like it's real anyway.
Have you guys ever heard of a show called The Ultimate Rape Review? It's a show in which the hosts review the latest rapes. Let me show you the intro. This is the intro to The Ultimate Rape Review.
What I showed you is pretty much exactly what Nick posted to Twitter. The majority of Nick's tweets showed Bad Empanada sitting in silence watching Nick's intro. Yet Bad Empanada decided to strike Nick's tweet anyway.
He filed 3 DMCAs on me for responding to parts of his video. The first 30 seconds is what I posted to Twitter. So if you go to his YouTube channel right now and you click on this video and watch the first fucking 39, 40 seconds about, it's just him silently reacting to my Ultimate Rape Review intro. He says at the beginning something like, Nicholas Diorio hosts a show called Ultimate Rape Review, and he just sits silently watching my content, and then he struck it. This clip right here was like I think it was like 32 seconds or something. Shortly after that, he lied to everybody saying that I was trying to hide it, so you actually had to search. The guy didn't even do any research.
Bad Empanada wrote, I'll be copyright striking anyone who uses my content without making it sufficiently transformative, who expressed support for Ethan Klein's false copyright campaign. But it doesn't stop there. Bad Empanada tried to hire a law firm to intimidate Drew Pavlo. Drew's lawyer just wrote a letter documenting what Bad Empanada did, and they dropped him as a client. This was all documented in a blog that Drew Pavlo released. I actually interviewed Drew about Bad Empanada, and he graced us with some extra details. Specifics, did he go ahead and what did he do? Did he post your name somewhere or address or
Yeah.
Let's hear about that.
Posted my address, posted my phone number as well. I had dozens of calls with death threats from all around the world because of that. He made fake images calling me a pedophile and a rapist. He literally invented a full-blown rape allegation against me. He calls me a far-right ultra-Zionist or something like that.
Yeah, I think he calls everybody that.
When he went after me, he was going after someone. I'm Greek-Australian like he's a Greek-Australian. And I can be just as fucking tough and fucking insane as he can be. So,
it's in your blood is what you're saying.
Like, literally in my blood. So like what he did is he found some random like suburban Better Call Saul type law firm in Australia. And this is the thing with Bad Empanada. He actually has no money. He's not very wealthy, I don't think. So he finds law firms that are like no win, no fee. Like he goes to a law firm and he will take a deal where it's like he only pays them if he wins a lawsuit, right? And what he did to this law firm is he would have gone to them and he would have said, listen, this guy called me a pedo on the internet. And, you know, if you don't know anything about Bad Empanada at all, and you just think, oh, this guy's been, you know, called a pedophile, you probably think, oh, this is an open shut defamation case. And so they take it on as a no win, no fee matter. One of the other things that made Bad Empanada really unlucky in going after me is I work for one of the best lawyers in Australia. I work for this man named Tony Morris.
This cracked me up when reading your article.
This is a guy who's like he represented like Noel Gallagher from Oasis. He represented multiple Australian prime ministers in court. This is a guy who, in an ordinary day-to-day court matter, he would be charging like $10,000 a day. And because he's like sort of like my second dad. Like he's like we've got a great relationship. He's like, you know, I tutor his kids. I look after his dogs. You know, like he wrote this legal letter pro bono for free. He just went through everything Bad Empanada said in that letter. Now, the whole purpose of a defamation lawsuit, right, is to try and protect your reputation. So to be able to sue somebody for defaming your reputation, you actually have to have a good reputation that is capable of being harmed. And essentially our ingenious argument that me and Tony Morris like were brainstorming and we worked up together is this guy literally has no reputation that is capable of being defamed. If you're somebody who literally has spent years on the internet advocating genocide, mass murder, terrorist attacks, rape, murder, child abuse even, also just doxed all these people, sent death threats to all these people, you can't then go forward and just be like, oh, this guy called me a bad...
There's nothing worse you could say about him that he hasn't already done.
Yeah, literally, right? Like
Drew was telling stories about how a fan who made edits for him was getting calls from Bad Empanada while he was working at McDonald's. Now, to be clear, I have no way to confirm if this allegation is real, but after seeing everything else, I'm not gonna exactly write it off.
Multiple close family members of mine were doxxed by Bad Empanada.
And your family has nothing to do with any of your political activism, right? It's just...
Yeah, literally nothing. Like, literally no politics at all, nothing. For example, there was this one young guy who was making video edits for me. He used to live in Darwin. And Bad Empanada somehow found out that this guy used to work at McDonald's. And there's only a couple McDonald's in Darwin because it's a really small town. And he literally called up like all 3 or 4 McDonald's in the town of Darwin trying to get this guy fired, trying to say he's a pedophile over the phone to his boss.
Yeah, what a freak.
Yeah, just craziness, right? Like, this was like a random like 19-year-old guy. My only connection with this guy was he made like 2-3 video edits for me, and he saw this guy on my Twitter, and yeah, decided like he's going to call up this guy's. He thought that he could find the guy's workplace. He wasn't even working at McDonald's by the time he did this, but he was just calling up all these McDonald's across Darwin, trying to get this guy fired, trying to tell his employees that he was a pedophile and a rapist and stuff. Like, this guy's really sick.
Bad Empanada has also said this on live stream when referring to how other people treat him.
Don't get involved into YouTube politics unless you're prepared for people to like start accusing you of pedophilia randomly, because that's what happens when you are anti-Israel. Remember that.
Now, dude, I sympathize with you if that's true, but you literally make up stuff about everybody. You have zero principles. I did find an interaction where a guy named Shark was seemingly spreading unsubstantiated allegations that Bad Empanada had SA charges against him while posting no evidence of it. In response, Bad Empanada fabricated a tweet of Shark admitting to being a sex offender. Bad Empanada's own viewer asked, "Is this real?" And Bad Empanada lies, 100% real. Spread it now. Bad Empanada then fabricates a second tweet about how this guy likes CP. You two should get married. You deserve each other. Both these people suck.
Amazing thing is the maliciousness with which he acts. So, for example, he's gone around saying, Drew Pavlu doxed me, Drew Pavlu shared my real name, and that's how Ethan Klein got the name, and blah, blah, blah. Dude, he used his own Facebook name with his real name to actually just start targeting my family members. So like my mom, my family members were getting messages from him on Facebook, threatening other people the way he's threatened me. I just want other people to have the peace of mind that I had. I was the most lucky guy in the world, right? I was the luckiest guy in the world because he went after me not knowing that like my second dad is like one of the best lawyers in Australia, right? Bad Empanada has done this to so many people who don't have the resources to fight back. And I don't care about your politics, right? Go follow someone else who's anti-Zionist. Go follow someone else who's pro-Palestine. Just don't back this guy who is literally has the mindset of a terrorist, and the way he goes after people is literally the same way he goes after it's the same way that a psychopath treats people. That's even what I'd say to Hasan Piker, right? Like, even if you like that he's like pro-Palestine or whatever, like, man, literally have a fucking soul for us for once, and like just recognize, like, even if you were to politically align, just even on personal grounds, you should just keep clear of this guy. It's crazy that they're now backing him.
I don't really care if people watch Bad Empanada or not. They could do what they want. I just feel like it was important to document some of my findings in a video. This guy is unhinged. Drew, where can people find you?
Just my name, Drew Pavlu. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube as well. I'd encourage people to go to my YouTube because I'm really just trying to start out as a streamer and sort of do YouTube content too. And by the time this goes out, I'll probably have my YouTube video out on my whole legal battle with Bad Empanada.
And there it is. So if you want more details, go check that out. I want to wrap up this video by saying I know we're talking about the victims of Ethan Klein, but really these people are just victims of their own stupidity. Whether it's gleefully bragging about breaking copyright law or promoting one of the most deplorable doxers on the internet, these people always find a way to be horrible. Their brand at this point is lying. Well, now some of them are in court. Good luck lying to a judge. I also want to thank Bad Empanada for getting me to talk so much about doxing. It reminds me to tell you to sign up for Aura, code WillyMac, protect yourself online. And remember to subscribe to the channel. And shout out to the homies over on Patreon: Crimson Glass, Riveter, Christina Vina, Drankobex, Necro Valley, The Confusing Opinion, Eddie Bizzle, Tismic Fitz, Christopher H, Sennial Music, Lucas If, ET Automatic, Snoopy Poop Doop 2, Amur MLB, Rooney Boo, Drew is Sharon, Clown Factory, Monkey D Luffy, Shura, Mustard Shirt Guy, Tiffany 2 Trill, and the mega homies: Hellison, IGP, Your Taxi, Cyber Katie, Lore Reloaded, Papa Gut, Caden Lulin, BA Subway, Hawk and Load, Kitty Cat, Terox Fander, John Manfredo, Lucas, and Katie Hawk.